Who was involved in politics in the New Testament? Let's just back up. Let's take a step back. Did the Romans run the government of Judah? When you read your Bible, do you find that the Romans are running the government and making the laws? I don't think so. You read through and you see the lawmakers are always referred to as the Pharisees and the Sadducees. But even more, think of this. When you look at America, after World War II, we went in, we occupied Germany and Japan. We did so in Afghanistan and Iraq. But did we take over their entire government? No. We let the local people govern. We are there as peacekeepers. We don't want to see another huge world war break out. And that's our purpose for being there. Same thing with Rome. Who were the lawmakers of Judah? We spoke about that. They were the Pharisees, the Sadducees, and what was the name of their legislative body called? The Sanhedrin. You look at the Sanhedrin, the definition is basically a group sitting together, or an assembly, and that's the name given to the council. They had 71 Jewish sages, or wise men, if you will, who constituted the Supreme Court and the legislative body of ancient Israel. You went to trial before the Sanhedrin. They could throw you in jail. They could have you stoned. The makeup of the council, look at this, included a chief justice, a vice chief justice, and 69 general members who all sat in a form of a semicircle in a session. Does that remind you of anything? Maybe the United States Congress. Did any Christian in the New Testament criticize, disobey, or teach others to do so in regard to the political leaders and policies of Judah? I'm going to read you a hypothetical story. The United States Congress was in a rare joint session. All 435 representatives and 100 senators were in attendance, and the C-SPAN cameras were rolling. The members were gathered together to hear a speech by a descendant of George Washington. But what they thought would be a polite speech of patriotic, historical reflections quickly turned into a televised tongue lashing. With a wagging finger and stern looks, Washington's seventh-generation grandson declared, "Woe to you, egotistical hypocrites. You are full of greed and self-indulgence. Everything you do is done for appearance. You make pompous speeches and grandstand before these TV cameras. You demand the place of honor at banquets and at the most important seats wherever you go. You love to be greeted in your districts and have everyone call you senator and congressman. On the outside, you appear to people as righteous, but on the inside, you are full of hypocrisy and wickedness. You say you want to clean up Washington, but as soon as you get here, you become twice as much a son of hell as the ones you came to replace. Woe to you, makers of the law. You do not practice what you preach. You put heavy burdens on the citizens and then opt out of your own laws, you hypocrites. Woe to you, federal fools. You take an oath to support and defend the Constitution, and then you nullify the Constitution by confirming judges who make up their own laws. Woe to you, blind hypocrites. You say that if you'd have lived in the days of your founding fathers, you never would have taken part with them in slavery. You say that you would never have agreed that slaves were the property of their masters, but would have insisted that they were human beings with unalienable rights. But you testify against yourselves because today you say that unborn children are the property of their mothers, and those unborn children have no rights of their own. Upon you will come all the righteous blood that has been shed in this country. You snakes, you brood of vipers, you have left this great chamber desolate. How will you escape being condemned to hell?" Do you recognize that passage? Obviously, it is a modern-day equivalent in many ways to Jesus speaking to those governing people in Israel. Matthew chapter 23, read it again. And notice, there was a time when he did not come across as meek and mild. He came across confrontational. He said, I will not stand for you making a mockery of my temple. I will come in there and I will overturn your tables and I will throw you out of there. He did that twice. He was righteously angry. And if the church doesn't speak up to confront the evil around us, just like Christ did in his day, are we neglecting our responsibilities when so many people are being hurt